Hi, Hive fans. Randy Ingersoll here with another video helping you play Hive like a champion. Today's live stream is Game 3 of the semifinal match of the 2021 Hive Online World Championship between Dube and Gandac. Dube is Frank Chen. Gandac is Jan, the Romanian juggler. This is Game 3. Games 1 and 2 were split, so right now we're tied at 1 game apiece. Looks like Gandac is going to be playing white in Game 3. So here we are. We're going to be playing here very shortly. They are getting started. So let me make sure that my game room is off. And then we will see what we can do about getting started. As you know, they play very quickly here in the early stages of these games. So it'll take me a moment to get up to speed here. And there is, of course, a 2-minute time delay. So Gandac opens with the pill bug. Let me do a couple things here. Oops, we want to turn the chat window off. I want to turn track mice off. We want to use text in game log. So Dube opens with a ladybug, queen and mosquito. And Gandac has very quickly gotten a mosquito atop the hive, but not yet in a position to qualify for the win. And Dube, as he has been known to do recently, is taking his time getting the pill bug in play. So it'll be interesting to see how that turns out as well. So give me a second here. Let me write a welcome on my chat here. Gandac versus Dube, Game 3, semifinals, match tied 1-1. We've got our first viewer. Welcome. And let's see, we've got beetles and mosquitoes coming in a hurry here. So let's see if we can get caught up over here in the review room. Of course, we're not worried about getting them in the order that they were played. Just worried about getting them in the right positions. Gandac didn't waste any time at all getting his pill bug in play, leading off with the pill bug. And let me say, you are welcome to Jonas. Okay, so of course the last spider placement does threaten to pin the black beetle, so it forces Dube to respond some way or the other. And that's interesting. He elects to bring in another beetle, which will allow the white spider to pin the black beetle if that's what Gandac elects to do. And of course, again, in the concern for qualification for the win, all three black top of hive bugs are in play. We've got a beetle underneath the mosquito here, and the black beetle here. So will Dube be able to get a top of hive bug in play to qualify for the win by covering the pill bug? And so I think that's what I would do as well, is pin that beetle. Of course, pinning with a spider is not quite as good as pinning with an ant, because if you pin with a spider, a bug brought into this elbow right here would free the beetle. Dube pins the white beetle, and the first white ant, it looks like it's coming into play. Or maybe not. And of course, currently with the black ant in this position, this black mosquito has beetle power and is mobile. As soon as this black ant moves away, however, then the black mosquito no longer has beetle power. And it's interesting. Gandac elects to advance with the mosquito, which is now threatening to cover the black queen. And of course, Dube doesn't have the pill bug in play yet. Now, it is interesting because if the white mosquito moves forward and the black mosquito covers it, then that would leave a spawn point here for the black pill bug as well. So maybe that is Dube's thinking. Brings in an ant. Gandac brings in an ant. And of course, Dube is going to immediately pin it. Greetings, Diego. It's up a bit. Make sure it's still. And finally, the black pill bug comes into play. So Gandac has gotten the first top of hive bug atop the hive. The white mosquito hasn't yet qualified for the win officially, and he elects to attack. And that's interesting because the black ant, if it moves around over to there, it vacates a kill spot, but also continues to allow the mosquito underneath to be free if the white mosquito moves forward. Now, it might be a better idea, if he's concerned about that, to pin this ant, and then if the white mosquito moves forward, you could drop in a spider there, which would give that mosquito beetle power. Okay, now that's an interesting move to there. Why did Gandac elect to go to there? Very interesting. And this match has been very interesting as well too, because both games 1 and game 2 were done in less than 30 minutes each. 25 minutes in game 1 was only 37 moves. Game 2 was only 22 and a half minutes total and 36 moves. Both games black won. That was my chiropractor calling. I hurt my back a week ago, and I've been putting off calling him and going to see him, and finally got an appointment in late this afternoon on a cancellation. So it'll be interesting to see what they were calling about. But hey, what takes precedent? Live streaming Hive or going to the doctor? I've already answered that once when I canceled a cardiologist visit so I could do a live stream. So the white mosquito moves forward, covering the queen and officially qualifying for the win. And is Dube going to immediately recover the white mosquito? So the situation right now is white Gandac has already qualified for the win by covering the black queen. The most common way to qualify for the win, of course, is with getting a top of hive movement bug atop the hive, meaning a beetle or mosquito. Even though the black mosquito is atop the hive, it's in a defensive position right now, so not in danger of qualifying for the win. So this point right here is going to be a critical point for black, because if black can get one of the weaker bugs like the spider or the grasshopper into that spot right there, although that white ant move just kind of negated that. That's probably what Gandac was thinking. Simon says live hive is best hive. Amen, Simon. And the best hive is when we get into tie breaks, when we get down into those 3 minutes and 1 minute time limits. That's when it gets really, really exciting. It's not always the best hive, but it sure is exciting. Of course, this is a plus 12, which means that either player goes more than 12 minutes more than their opponent. They lose on time. But as I mentioned earlier, neither game 1 or game 2 were any threat whatsoever of going overtime. They both went very, very quickly. And they're moving along quite quickly in this game as well. We are 29 moves in, and we're only less than 14 minutes in. Dube needs to be thinking about bug count. He does have 5 bugs left in reserve. But it's going to take 2 bugs to free this beetle to be able to qualify for the win. Now, as I was looking at the scenario here, I was thinking about if you want to free this beetle by occupying that spot there, you have to complete the ring to allow that beetle to be free. So I would think that rather than bringing in a new bug, moving the pill bug to here would now threaten any bug getting into that spot there, would free the beetle. Nope, he plays a grasshopper here, which that grasshopper, it's interesting, in Joe Schultz's book, The Canon of Hive Groundwork, he coined the term ambiguous spider, but it was very quickly pointed out that the term ambiguous can apply to a lot of different bugs. So this grasshopper can be ambiguous. It can jump out to here, or it can jump out to there. White beetle comes in. Now, does Dube release the pin on the ant to pin the white beetle? An interesting position there. Looks like he was considering bringing the spider in. Of course, the spider could move to there and free the grasshopper. I'm sorry, free the beetle. Or it could then 1, 2, 3 pin the beetle. Pin the beetle. Grasshopper comes in with a line of attack to that spot, which would free the black beetle. But Dube is playing a lot of bugs, so it's might be a concern. He's down to 2 spiders and a grasshopper in reserve. I would think the most likely thing to do is to go ahead and pin this grasshopper. Because that stops the threat of freeing the beetle and removes another black attacker. So let's see, if the beetle goes up, grasshopper goes in. This would be an interesting situation here if that series of moves occurred. The black queen would end up with a good defensive grasshopper and the pill bug in place. Warps the beetle over into a kill spot. Okay, that got the beetle into a kill spot, but it also gets the white beetle pinned. Now, interesting. I would think that maybe going to there might have been a better spot because that would free the black beetle to move forward. So let's take a look at some of the options that Gandac might have here. Of course, he's already qualified for the win, but the pillbug is in a nice defensive position. The grasshopper is somewhat trapped there because if the grasshopper goes in, it does free the beetle, which could be advantageous, although going to here might be a better thing. So my guess is this black grasshopper is not going anywhere, although black grasshopper can be moved by the pillbug as well. So if Gandac were looking to play a little bit of control, he could actually pin the black ant. With 5 bugs in reserve, and that's what he does. He decides to pin the black ant. So these 2 kill spots are going to be critical to get through the gates to fill these spots. And Dube plays for control by, oh, maybe not. I still think that for Dube to have any chance of victory, he's going to have to qualify for the win by getting a beetle up. And the most likely way to get a beetle up is to go to here. Oh, interesting. Okay. Didn't think of that. If the mosquito goes to here, now Dube is threatening to qualify for the win himself. The disadvantage, of course, if the ladybug goes to here and the beetle climbs up, that does free this ant. In this position, that white ant is keeping the black ant pinned. And with only 3 bugs in reserve and 5 kill spaces to fill, black is going to have an issue getting enough bugs in play to fill all those kill spaces. So I would think that white is here. Gandac is going to start getting his attack going. Of course, either one of these kill spots here or here. If it's not the setup shot, well, even if it is the setup shot, there's no bug currently available that could attack into that spot. Yes, there is. There's an ant here. So let's see if a white spider is placed there. 1, 2, 3. Nope, to get to that kill spot, it would have to start here. But if it were placed there, the white spider could be warped over into there. And of course, as a spider, the least valuable bug, if you can put it to good use, that's a really big advantage. So I would consider, let's see, is there a negative about the spider going there? If the spider goes there and the black mosquito moves forward, so what would the best response be if the spider goes there with the threat to get warped into there? Black moves forward, the spider warps in, the grasshopper jumps out. Okay, let's see, he's taken a move, so let's see what he did. He brought the spider in, but brought it here, evidently looking for some control, pinning this last black ant. Now that black ant is going to get pinned. If it shifts around, the spider's still going to be able to pin it. So now Gandac is down to four mobile bugs. Okay, warps the grasshopper to there. And Gandac very quickly, and then the black pill bug moves away that direction. Okay. And I'm going to have to shrink this down just a tad so we can see everything. Shrink this one down a tad as well. So interestingly, white does not have a bug that has an angle of attack to this spot here. Okay, interesting. Let's see, can I move this over just a tad and keep it visible? I think so. The white ladybug comes in. More than likely looking to do a pin replacement here and free a white ant. And the black pill bug continues its march. Now that's an interesting scenario there, because jumping out with that grasshopper would free the black ant, would force, if the white ant elects to keep the black ant pinned, then the grasshopper just pins the white ant. But it also frees up this white ant here. But a black bug spawning here would be able to free that ant. Okay. So look at that direction would free another black beetle. But if that grasshopper goes to there, then this white spider goes to here. It does free the black beetle, but it keeps this white ant mobile. So I like the fact that there's not, you touch it, you move it rule here at board space. We can actually see as the players play something and think about it. Although, as I've mentioned before, that could also be a feint. They could be making a move with no concern at all of playing it, just to distract their opponent. Ariel Conforti, thank you very much for watching. And thanks for commenting. So Dube may ignore all of that and continue moving the pill bug, or not. I think Dube is in serious danger of not having enough bugs to win. And this is another thing that new players are always looking at. What's the difference between placing it here and placing it there? Well, the difference is if he places it here, let's start with, if he places it back there and the queen moves away, then the black spider can't pin the queen. But if he places it here and the white queen moves away, then the black spider can still pin it. So Gandac is down to 3 grasshoppers in reserve. But does have 2 free ants. But by a rearranging of the center here, both of these black grasshoppers have become good defending bugs. So even though there's only 3 kill spots available that need to be filled, both of these grasshoppers, if as those spots get filled, both of these grasshoppers will be freed one after the other. One of them is already free. Actually, they're both free. One or the other of them could move away right now. So he would need, white will probably need all 3 grasshoppers and both ants. So black only has the 2 bugs in reserve. So this is very interesting. If I were to venture a guess right now, I would say that Gandac is definitely in the advantageous spot because he's already qualified for the win. So what could he do if taking advantage of the fact that he has a mobile ant? These 2 defensive grasshoppers are in very good position for Dube. And of course, the ladybug is a lot more flexible than the grasshopper. So if Gandac elected to move this ant away, then could use one of his grasshoppers to, come into spawn here, jump to there, which would free the ladybug. So, yep, that's what he... And there is a 2-minute time delay. So, I mean, it's theoretically possible that one of my 6 concurrent viewers could be either Dube or Gandac. But I think they're both honorable enough that they're not going to do that. Plus, I have trouble beating either one of them. So, my advice, not necessarily the best compared to them. So we've passed the point where both of their first two games ended up in less than 30 minutes, and we've gone over approaching the 40-minute mark now. but we're not in any threat. They've both used almost equal amounts of time. Interesting. Okay, he elects to pin that grasshopper now. And the black spider now what's interesting here is, okay, black has 2 bugs in reserve and could very easily get both of those into kill spots using the spider as a spawn point. Now, if Gandac elects to pin the ant, Dube could very easily repin the white ant. Of course, if Gandac uses this ant, then another bug dropped into there, again being a good defensive bug, would free that ant. So you want to keep control, and sure enough, Dube then pins the white ant, or maybe or maybe not. So let's see, white. So Bruno says, I'm thinking about if Dube will somehow make move to space between white ant and white beetle. And I always have to remember the 2-minute time delay. So the comments coming in on my channel are delayed. Dube will somehow make move to space between white ant and white beetle. A very good defense for his queen and free the beetle. Okay, the grasshopper is going to here. So Gandac is keeping the black ants pinned. The question is he going to be able to? I wonder if he's considering attacking with the pill bug. Looks like this concept that Bruno was thinking about, freeing a black beetle, but Dube did it a different way. the grasshopper jumping to there, and there's nothing that can free that, nothing can stop that black beetle from being free. Does white, however, have enough bugs to win? White needs 4. Oh, okay, he's attacking with the pill bug. I would guess that if, in fact, Gandac does attack with the pill bug, then we're just going to pin that ant. White could also bring in a grasshopper to here, which could then be warped to there. But then black could just warp away the white beetle. Or he could warp the grasshopper to there. Nope, he elects to move in with the pill bug. And of course, if the black grasshopper jumps out, Dube's beetle number 2 is still available, is now free. So is there any way that Dube can come up with the bugs necessary to win? He needs to fill 4 spots. Of course, the spider is an easy one. The spider can come in. And he is going to have the grasshopper. So where would the spider go? There, and then there. That didn't take long. The spider moved to there, and Dube pinned it. So it looked like I quite often look at these scenarios and think, wow, this is going to be a draw, and then one of the players comes up with a method to win. So let's see. Now that grasshopper could be going to there and then out to there to provide to do a pin replacement, freeing the ant. Okay, I've got, let's see, I gotta go here very quickly. They're moving very quickly here. Interesting. Dube decided that the ant was more valuable than the beetle. And of course, this white ant is pin proof. You can't pin it. Or maybe you can. Let's see, if he makes the ring, freeze the white spider, I don't think there's any advantage to doing that. My gut feeling here is that the black beetle is more important than the black ant. Okay, taking a good long-term look at it, the black ladybug could move her way down and free the beetle. As the hive gets more and more stretched out, it's looking more and more like a draw. And the ladybug is one of the most versatile bugs, but when she's out here at the very end, like if that ladybug does, which it did in fact do, go out and pin the ant, the ladybug cannot move from this point without freeing the ant, because 1, 2, 3, it's going to end up somewhere down here and the ant's going to be free. As it gets stretched north and south here, it becomes harder to make it fit in the window. Now, white Gandac could bring in a grasshopper here, which could then jump over to there and free this ant. But I don't think either one of them has an opportunity to win this one. White has 4 kill spots to fill and doesn't have bugs. Black has 4 kill spots to fill and doesn't have bugs. Okay, that spider, if it goes there, could free this beetle here. But that would just, and that's what he does. He puts the spider there, but that would only, yeah, I don't think either one of these players are going to have enough bugs to win this one. Let me take a quick look at the lobby and see how many people we have watching. We only have 3 actually in the lobby. So let's see, I missed a move here somewhere. All the bugs are played, so I think this is going to be a draw. And of course, if you can use a squeeze, in German, there's a term used in chess, Zugzwang, forces your opponent to move something they don't want to move. Adapted into Hive term, it's Zugzwang. Let's take a look. Gandac says, no way I have enough here. Do you want to push for more than a draw? I'll open the chat window to see what they have to say. Dube has a beetle atop the hive, so it's almost impossible for him to be put into Bugswang. And now white has an ant. So Dube says, I want to give it a try, even though the chance is small, but my meeting is coming up soon. So looks like they may give it a try for a little bit of time. So let's make sure where everybody is here. Okay. Make sure my... Okay, see if Dube has a plan here. Okay, we might be able to put white into Bugswang if the black grasshopper can get to here and free that ant. Okay, he might... Interesting maneuver with that ant. Stops, if it goes to there, it stops the grasshopper from jumping to there, but black still has a move that the beetle can make. So sure enough, that beetle That's the advantage of having that beetle. So we've got two excellent players here fighting to come up with just a little tiny bit of an advantage that they can turn into a victory. So Dube has forced this ant to be free. If Gandac pins it, so it's happening very quickly here. So I'm just going to make a long-term comment here. This is a case of a long march by a beetle, but if this black beetle could march all the way out to here, then the ladybug and the ant switch places, essentially. Then the beetle can march all the way back in, and you've got an ant free up here. So that's one of the long-term goals that you can do, particularly when you have your opponent running out of movable spots. Yeah, I don't think you want to. You want. That's an interesting. Yeah, that allow. Oh, the ant goes in and. Okay, interesting. I'm going to really have to take time to analyze this game afterwards. I think that Dube might have had an opportunity. Let's see, where is the white pill bug? I think the white pill bug is under. Yes. So the white pill bug is in a proximity pill bug position, but I don't know that it would be an advantageous position. Okay, now we've got a situation where we might be ending up with white if we can put Okay, very interesting. Okay, let's see if has Dube come up with a method. He's got 3 kill spots to fill now. Of course, the critical one's going to be this one, and there is the proximity pill bug underneath. Okay, so the queen escapes out, the black queen escapes out this direction. Okay, I'm kind of losing track here on what's on top of what. Okay, so if this black ant pins there, then there, and there, and there. If only white had a free mobile bug that could have an angle of attack to that spot. So that's going to be the critical spot there. Got to kind of keep an eye on the scenario here. Okay, interesting. A different tactic. Good use of the pill bug to get that grasshopper to align an angle of attack to that spot. Wow, what a game. So Dube was able to pull it out. It will be interesting to see if this was a forced scenario or if there was a way that Gandac could have defended. And these kind of quite a bit different. An hour and 10 minutes. What a game today, guys. It's hard to believe that Dube made the comment that he's going to give it a shot, and he was able to pull out the victory. And that sometimes is the difference between a good player and a really good player, is that ability to look at how you can take those little tiny advantages and turn them into a victory. So we're going to go ahead and close this room and bring back the lobby. What a great game this afternoon. Congratulations, Dube. This is 3 games in a row, won by black. Interesting. So if anybody says that white has an advantage in Hive, this is kind of showing that that's not the case. At this top level, it's a very, very, very close scenario between white and black. And in fact, in this match, black has won all 3. So congratulations to Dube. Now leads the match 2-1. Of course, it's a 6-game match. First one to 3.5. Dube had to quit to get off to work. It's real early at his time. Let's see, it is 9:15 a.m. where he lives, and it's Friday evening for Jan, the Romanian juggler. So congratulations, guys. What a great game for today. And of course, I'd like to thank my most recent contributors. You can buy me a coffee. There's a link down below. Most recent contributors: Jason R., a.k.a. Roger. Bill D. plays under the name Eagle Eye. Bram P. plays under the name Cook and Roulette J. Copper Penny. Jack H., a.k.a. Big Meep. Frank First Base. First base not as in baseball first base, but first base as in musician first base. And of course, Frank Chen, a.k.a. Dube, who was playing in this match. My most recent Buy Me a Coffee contributors. If you'd like to make a contribution, the link is down below. So thank you very much for this game, for joining us today. It was a great game, and Dube did end up winning. So as always, this is Randy Ingersoll. I am here helping you play Hive like a champion. Until next time, this is Randy Ingersoll signing off.